Welcome guys to another Rainers Racing League. I'm your commentator tonight with DXT Ferret. Back in the cons box for Rainers Racing League. Last time I did this I was with Herbo doing the Sunday F2 races. So obviously guys, welcome. Got Ian and Curly jumped into this chat already. Thanks guys for jumping in. We're just waiting for the last couple of drivers before the qualifying starts. So yeah, this is absolutely anybody's league at the moment. We are on round 5. So at Brazil, so the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, better known as Interlagos due to it being in the Sao Paulo neighbourhood of the same name. Now a little bit of history about this circuit was actually never meant to be. Back in 1926, the land was bought by property developers who wanted to build housing. The stock market crashed in 1929, so there was no need for this housing. So back in the late 30s, they decided to make it into a race circuit, and it was based on the Roosevelt Raceway, 1937 layout in New York. Obviously this was built in 1938 to 1940. There's been so many developments over the years. The circuit's lost half its track, which is the fact that it was rated too long and dangerous, just the way it was laid out. But the way they've converted it, it means that they can go back to the old circuit if they need to. So it's gonna be an interesting race anyway. Tight corners and a lot of speed throughout. I'll give you a lap rundown when we get these get underway. So a quick one. So we have in the dams we have Wormings and Core. We have Meep in the Univertorse. We have Tristan and Toxic Tree in the ART, and in the column we have Evil Hunter and Paige. In the compost we have Curly and Panda. We have Apex in the Charo. I always should think it's actually Charo, because I think the Z is silent. We've got Puppy, Senior and Non-Human in the MP Motorsport. We have the LH, who is our current champion, in the BWT with I Marshall, which is Curly's brother. So I'd love to see how those two drivers go out. We've got Reagan, my old teammate, and then we've got XG Dog in the Prima, who's took over my seat. Thank you for doing that. Absolutely brilliant. I'm glad Reagan's got a teammate that's going to work hard for him. No one in the Trident, and we've got in the high tech we've got Pans and Drew. So that's great to see. Now let's see if I can find the current standings. We've got Court and good luck to all. Okay, good luck to all. And apparently it's 25 points to knock LH44 out. And we've got Andrew Gabriel, which is Apex. Good evening, Andrew. Thank you for joining us. Massive respect. I hope your missus is going to join us again. I absolutely love Andrew's missus. She is every time I was commentating, she was always in there. Right, bear with me one moment. So at the moment we've got Meep, Evil Hunter and Tristan, who are all up for interviews at the end of this, so that'll be great. I'll just mark them all up. Right, so we are in the qualifying stage, so we're just waiting for drivers to get out, and then once they're done once they do a flying lap, I'll jump on board with one of our drivers. But before we do that, let's have a look. Standings. Yay! So out in front at the moment it's LH44 as usual with 86. We've got Reagan with 58. In second, Meep in third with 43. Pans with 36. In fourth we've got Freedom in fifth, who usually is an ART driver, with 26. Panda with 24. Evil Hunter in seventh with 20 points now. Eva Hunter has missed off a few races, so I'm sure he'll be climbing up there very soon, as we've got one driver out already, waiting till it pops up. Let's see if we can catch him. There we go. So it's Meep who's first one out. I seen the red car, but I couldn't work out. Oh god, it is Meep. So we have Jack Blum with 19, Toxic Treat with 18, Apex with 16. We've got Magnus with 15, who's not with us today. Drew with 15, Puppy Senior with 8. Dexter Nilmer, who's not with us today, on 8. We've got Green Ace, who's, I don't think he's with us today. No, Green Ace is not with us today. On 6, we've got Devil, who is unable to make it today. On 6, Paige on 4 points, Cole with 4. Myself and Curly, who had 0 points because I've switched over. So it'll be absolutely fantastic to see these drivers. HWA out in front with 92 points, Primo with 58. So basically he was carrying me at that time. The High Tech with 51, Univitosi with 48, ART with 44, Carlin with 24, Chiro with 24, Campos with 24, Dams with 23, and MP Motorsport with 23. So really, really tight up and down. Absolutely brilliant to see. So we will jump on board with we won't do it with me because it's a bit too as I'm setting everything up, but everybody's on soft tyres on night, so he's gone a bit slow there. So I think he's warming his tyres up. Still, let's have a look. Toxic Trees is on a fast lap as well. That's a bit. So we've got Core. Core's coming round. We'll do a lap run down with Core. And here we go. So we're going around the first 2 corners of the Senna S's. As it goes the left, right, quick chicane onto Curva do Sol, which just means Curva do Sun in Portuguese. We've got Reta Oposta, which is our first DRS zone. Around into Descida do Logo, which means Lake's Descent, which is these 2 corners here, because the lake is just over the barriers to the right. Heading up to turn 6 and 7 here of Ferradura, which just means Horseshoe. Very tight, very tricky little part here. Can see some of it overtaken here. Into Curva do Laran Hiha and Paren Hino. Sorry guys, I really butchering it as we go around Beco de Pato, which means Duxbill. So the last 3 corners is Little Orange, Little Pine, then Duxbill around Mergello, which means dive, into turn 12 of Juncao. Juncao just means junction. Around turn 13 here of Cafe, into Subdida dos Boxes around of 14. Now 15 is the one just on the pit entrance of Aquibancadas, which just means bleachers. And a fantastic time there by Corva, 119.3, and I'm sure he's going to go faster. Guys, I do apologise for butchering the Portuguese language, but it is exactly how it should be said. You can't change the names. So Apex is yeah, more than likely when she's finished on the phone to her sister. So me, I don't mind doing an interview now, as I have a quality ban. There's no point. And I've just got to say, your resolution's turned down. Can't read the drivers' names. I don't know what's happened then, because I can see it perfectly fine on my stream. Rena. So Meat does have a quality ban, so he set the slow on to lock his. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I did forget about that. So Meat with a to be honest, a 142.8 is still quite still a lot faster than what I could do. So I should have stayed on Meat there, shouldn't I? I could have had more time to pronounce the corners. But as you can see, like, this is only just the start of qualifying. We do have Puppy, who's just had a bit of an off there on his outlap. It was a quite nice view that of the Duxbill corner. Yeah, what I'll do, I do apologise, Rainer. I'll have a little play around with it there before next race, to see what settings, because my settings are actually quite high. I've got the best output that I can have. So, oh, puppy got caught out on turn 14 there, and he's hit the barrier, and that was a absolutely mincing collision. Reminds me of Magnus last season. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. The D-pad warrior has crashed out. But the problem with this is, it means that Puppy will stop behind Meep. So it's, yeah, absolutely. So we've got Wormings now. Wormings is reserved. He's a last minute reserve. This is the first time he's touched the F2 cars in this setting, and he's back into the pits. Probably just getting himself warmed up, getting used to it. Cool. It's like, did the mech take him out? I think Ericsson hit him. Cool. Or it was either Bottas. But yeah, absolutely mental. We've got G-Dog going out on a out lap here. We haven't got many drivers out at the moment. Just a little bit of background for the thing. Like the name of the circuit is named after an old F1 driver, Carlos Pace. Now Carlos Pace won his only win was here at Interlagos back in 1975, and then 2 years later he died in a plane crash. So they named the circuit after him. But the first Brazilian to ever win was Emerson Fittipaldi back in 1973, the first World Championship race here. Not the first F1 race here, but just the F1 Championship race. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely understand why they named it after him. He was the first Brazilian F1 driver to pass away after the start of the F1 racing here in Sao Paulo. So we are looking at G-Dog about to start his fast. We do have Core and Toxic Tree on outlaps as well, and they're well ahead of G-Dog, so it's unlikely G-Dog's going to be catching them up, but you never know. So here we go. That's the first of the DRS straights. This is where I'm expecting the most of the overtaking to be done. It's just a nice long straight as we head into the late descent. Seems to be where people will finish off their moves, and maybe the continuation battle all the way up into turn 6 and 7 here. I would advise all drivers to get if you've not made the overtake, do not try and dive in at any of these tight corners. They're not really great places to make the overtake. But then a lot of these drivers, they want to risk it for a chocolate biscuit, don't they? They want to do that. As he goes around Duxbill. Now Duxbill is probably my favourite corner to watch. Everybody remembers the Albon Lewis Hamilton at that same corner, but it's one of those corners where the line has to be absolutely perfect for you to get anything out, and then the same go through to 12, 13 and 14, 15 to get the maximum speed you can all the way up to the finish. And G-Dog seems to have a good line here. Now I've noticed a lot of people when they're doing a fast lap tucks in on the left hand side here, and I'm not too sure why, but a time there from G-Dog of a 120.4 puts himself just short of a course time of a 119.3, with Toxic Treat sitting at 117.8. Now I've seen people throwing times out earlier, and that's pretty much up there with the mix of them. We've got a comment there, is shouldn't have completed the lap however slow. Yeah, that's true, but could have got himself disqualified as well. But there we go. We've got let's see who else we got. So we have Toxic Treat, who's invalidated. We've got Bath Core. Now he's Core's one of these drivers that he's always getting better. He's always getting better. So I had a little battle with him in the first race, and I nearly took him out, but he said he handled it really well. Absolutely fantastic. A little mistake he made at Russia took me out with a dodgy wheel. Not his fault, it's a dodgy wheel. But he has improved his time with a 119.1. So he's closing that. I knew he was going to get faster, but he's just going to keep doing it. Let's have a look. We've got I Marshall. Wormings has invalidated the lap, so let's jump on board of I Marshall. So Ian here with these absolutely fantastic bunch of racers, I will say. Joined us alongside DXT Curly. Absolutely fantastic way to get involved by coming along, and he seems to be fitting into the Rainers Racing League community really well. It's a bunch of great guys. For all you guys out there who've not seen Rainers Racing League before, it's one of those communities that you get if you have any problems, you need a little help with either setups or even just time away from the circuit. These are the guys that are supporting you all the way. Absolutely fantastic. As I Marshall's coming around the last few bends, let's see what time he gives us. And there we go. So like I said before, he tucks in on the left. I'm not too sure why he does it. I Marshall with 118.3 puts himself there in second provisionally, and Court has actually took off another chunk of time. He's on 118.4. So these drivers are bringing that time down. Is there any more out there? No, just those drivers. Where Wormings has gone back into the pits, and who's that just jumped out? I think that was just catching two drivers at the moment. So we got I Marshall and Core, who are just basically following each other around. Core getting out of the way for I Marshall. I think I Marshall might be on a second attempt, which is quite common for F2 drivers. The tyres do take a little bit longer to get up to perfect temperature, due to the fact that they're not preheated before they come out. F1 cars will be following suit in the years to come, but with everything up in the air, we don't know exactly when that's going to happen. So Ian's is I'm sure that he'll be sporting and give the positions back. He probably would. Meep's a genuine guy who doesn't tend to intentionally screw people over. So absolutely fantastic. Now, the way like I must say before we go any further that Rainers Racing League is sponsored by SimRacer Coin. Now, SimRacer Coin is out there as a cryptocurrency designed to reward esport racers with a bit of cryptocurrency, with their plan to buy sim racing equipment. So last time I checked, they were looking at having contact with Fanatec, Thrustmaster to basically get Logitech, just to basically get some deals going with them so they can actually use SimRacer Coin to purchase from them. But if not, Catex IO do have SimRacer Coin in their exchange markets. So if you are on there and you've got SimRacer Coins, get onto that. Have a little look, work out what you when's best to sell. But it's not. These drivers are not driving for just fun. They do get rewarded for outstanding performances. There are other formats. We've got Friday Night Racing, which is hosted by DXT Curly and DXT Meep on a Friday night. That is standard F1 racing. I do believe it's realistic cars. And then on Monday, it's Monday Night Reverse. Basically, it's an F1 championship where the grid is reverse of the championship standings. So those slow drivers, such as myself, would get an absolute mega boost sitting out in front for like 10 seconds. Before getting overtaken by everybody before the first lap. But absolutely fantastic performance. Please jump in on Rainers Racing League on Facebook, or get onto Curly's Twitch to actually see the races. So do we have any more drivers? We do have Tristan. We have got Tristan's out now. Tristan out there. Go through the Ducks Bill right now. Now I wonder what time he will be doing. I'm sure that he will be competitive enough to get himself battling out there with the drivers up front. But I don't think this is his exact pace going around. He gets a 119.1, but I'm sure he can get more time off that. I'm guaranteed he can get maybe a second or two off that. He's a quick driver, is our Tristan. Although time will tell how much effort he was put in when his little Baba comes along. And Wormings does set a time of 120.2. It's his first time he's out on these F2 cars, so again I'm expecting to knock a little bit of time off that, but understandably if he doesn't, because it does take some getting used to for these cars. Still waiting for non-human Mr. McClay to get out there and put in a good time. We've got Apex, Page Spaghetti, King Panda, Curly, Pans, Drew, Reagan, LH44 and Eva Hunter still to put in times. These are probably the last minute shooters, given plenty of time for drivers such as Wormings to get all the practice they can. So Tristan does with a 118.3, so he is only 500ths behind Marshall, Ian. So it's getting there. He's took a big chunk of time off from the 120 from earlier. And let's see, is Wormings going into the pits? No, he's not. He's activated his DRS. And a 119.8, so he does take more time off. But then there was a bit of a margin there between where he was and the Dex drivers above. So we do have Core, who's coming back out. A lot of time spent by some of these drivers out on track. So Core on a fair outlap. So we do have some drivers who are willing to jump in onto a. So we've got, like I say, we've got Meep, who's going to be joining us for an interview at the end. We've got Eva Hunter, and we did have one more, and I think it was Kelly. Let me double check. Tristan, sorry, show. So we've got. So yeah, we've got Meep, Eva Hunter and Tristan for the interviews later. And let's have a look. Okay, so we're just watching Worming go really slow at the moment on the grass. I think he's just watching for the drivers behind him. We've got King Panda, who's out on a fast lap. So we've got Apex on an out lap. So Apex is, I think Apex is just hanging back a little bit to make sure he doesn't interfere with Panda's fast lap. So here we go. So Evil Hunter's like, I'm bored in the Discord. I'm sorry. Just come along and just take the mick out of someone if you want. I'm quite flexible with that. I'm sure we can find someone to take the mick out of. So King Panda with 118.3. Do we have any more new times? Like Tristan, Panda and Core. Now Panda 4 thousandths behind Core. So we've got Apex on a fast lap now. Apex, I expected Apex to be top 7. He is a little bit quicker than some of these drivers. We have Kelly on an out lap. So we've got a few drivers now who's stretching their wings. And I think Werman's may have had a incident there where he's crashed. But Kelly now starting his fast lap as we got Apex coming around Duxbill. And he is. It looks like Apex is actually catching up with Panda, as Panda is opened a bit of a gap now. Panda. Let's see where they all go. So Panda with a 118.02 and Apex with a 118.2. So these drivers are taking chunks at a time. This is going to be so tight there at the top of the table. Right, like that's 5 drivers, all within 4 tenths of each other. So we've got G-Dog who's out on an out lap. We've got Curly now who is on a fast lap. And Curly's doing quite well here. He hasn't invalidated his lap, which he would actually honestly put his hands up and go, yeah, I usually do. He could get a tighter line on in some of these corners. But you've got to give him his juice. He's given it all he's got. He's given it a go. More than what I can say myself, really, because I just threw the towel in when I couldn't handle these cars. As a 120.5, not bad to start with. A few little corners to tighten up on, and he will be flying, but I'm sure he'll be back out there doing better. So we've got Devil, who is out on his fast lap. Let's see as he comes round. That's a really, really slow lap. It's 3 minutes. And I think that might have just been a glitch saying it was 3 minutes long, because I think that he was on an out lap. Let's have a look if we've got any more who's on a fast lap. We've got King Panda who's going quite slow up into junction, but he's got a car coming very quick, which is Tristan. Tristan's kind of catching up with him a bit quickly here. Tristan starts his fast lap, and you can see there that he's getting out of the way. Panda's got right out of the way there. G-Dog there coming around this junction as well. So a few drivers there coming up behind Panda as Tristan does start his fast lap now. Let's see how J-Dog does. Does he get a 120.2? So he does take a little bit more time off it, and I'm sure he's going to keep going and going until that car goes out. And everybody else is on an out lap, so we've got this is going to be a very, very packed circuit. And King Panda's disqualifying session for blocking the pit lane. That's bizarre. That is very bizarre. I've not seen that before. So we've got Paige who's on a fast lap. Pans on a fast lap. We've got Devil on a fast lap. We've got Drew on a fast lap according to our screen here. We've got Reagan who's on his out lap. LH is still in the pit. Devil, Evil Hunter's just about to start his fast lap. Hopefully. Yes, he is. So let's go run through. We've got iMarshall on an out lap. Where's Tristan? Tristan's invalidated that lap, so he's going to go again. And we've got G-Dog on he's going round. This looks like it's a bit of a slow time there for G-Dog. So it looks like he's coming in. It's a non-human. On first DRS straight. Let's see as Paige goes round as a new fastest lap with a 117.0 from Drew. Let's see what Paige does for us. And she's she said to validate that lap. I didn't even look at the map. So non-human going round. Little Orange as who's just jumped up there So Pans with a 117.5. Devil one at 18.1. But non-human. Page is invalidated to the lap again. It's unfortunate. Reagan. Let's see what Reagan does. Gets top with 117.01. Absolutely fantastic lap there from Reagan. So we've got LH who's on that lap. Page who really needs to get this nice and tight, sort of she's keeping herself out of the way from other drivers, making sure she doesn't hamper any other drivers. As I Marshall gets a 118.08. Absolutely fantastic there by I Marshall. And Tristan looks like he's staying out of the way there. Apex on an outlap. So this is very busy now, very busy. We've got to try and stay on top of it. So Paige now, it looks like Paige will have to do another lap as we are coming up to, we've got yellow flags everywhere. So non-human was 16.3 taking pole. Reagan needs to be oh, he's invalidated that lap. I can't even see what time's left. Drew has got into the pits. Pans, can Pans take any more time off? The gap that non-humans got compared to some of these other drivers is huge. Evil Hunter with a nicer line through. Let's see what Evil Hunter does. Tucks it up on the left. He does take off a big chunk of time there. He takes 4 tenths off and gives himself a 117.1. Absolute brilliant time there by Evil Hunter. I Marshall coming around the last few bends. And a 117.8, so another big chunk of time taken off there. The Tristan, who's been basically staying out of the way. We've got Bath who's on Core who's on an outlap. So Page just dumped into the pits. Don't think we got enough time, as LH has done a 117.2, and I know he could take more time off. He is very quick as LH. So let's run through the times. We've got non-human with 116.3, Reagan and 117.0. We've got Drew 117.0 on an outlap. Evil Hunter 117.1 will take more time off. If he gets a chance for another run. LH with 117.2. We've got Pans with 117.3. I Marshall 117.8. Toxic Treat on a 117.8. Devils N on a 118.1. We have Tristan on a 118.12. Sorry. We have Apex on a 118.2. We have Core on a 118.3. We have G-Dog on a 120.2. Got Kelly on a 120.5. Page on an outlap. Let's hope the Page can set a time. Unfortunately, we've had Poppy and King Panda who have not been able to set a time. Well, King Panda did set a very good time, but disqualified himself. But see, it'd be interesting to see how he does. And as our last driver to actually need to set a lap, I'm going to stay on board with Paige. Beep said, I'm not giving the places back, it's other driver's fault if they crash. I got permission from the league owner. Absolutely fair. If he's got permission from the league owner, then that he can set a time, and 142.8. I think only I'm that slow that I can't pass that time. So all these drivers should be able to. It is all about keeping it sweet. It is a difficult technical circuit. So drivers just need to put in a bit of more tender care in going through some of these corners. As Paige is doing really well now, coming into the horseshoe, up into Little Orange. Now this is where it's so easy to invalidate here, this section here. So Little Orange, around Little Pine Tree. They had a lovely little pine tree sitting there until someone decided to take it out many years ago. Around the Duck's Bill, because it's shaped like a duck's bill apparently. Around into Dive, because it is actually the steepest part of the circuit. Into Junction, because this is where the old this circuit meets the old circuit, and other variations around cafe, which just means coffee. Around the down to the boxes, around bleachers. Let's see what time Paige sets. It's a 118.7, a decent time, and I know damn well she has come off the gas a bit on some of those corners to make sure she doesn't invalidate this lap. But you gotta take your chances. It was a nice lap there by Paige up into 13th, as that's the end of qualifying. It's a bit of a strange one. Qualifying 13 minutes qualifying. It is a long session, but here we go. Let's quickly run into the time. So we got non-human 116.3, Reagan 116.5, Drew 117.0, Eva Hunter 117.1, LH 117.2. Sure, he could have done better. Pans 117.3, 117.8 for I Marshall. Toxic Treat 117.8, Devil's End 118.1. We have Tristan 118.1. We've got Apex 118.2, 118.3 for Core, 118.7 for Paige, Wormings 119.8, G-Dog over 120.2. We've got Curly 120.5, Meep with a 142.8. No time for Puppy for that instant crash, and Panda for disqualifying. So, yep. We are expecting a nice quick race, so we are on to the feature race now. We are for people out there. It is only the feature race. It is to meet the sponsorships requirements that we need a full list of the calendar rather than just the 12 races that normally encompasses the F2. And it's raining. Oh my goodness! Oh goody goody goody! Oh my goodness, it's raining. You don't realise how excited I am about rain. And we got Magnus going, hey, hey! Magnus, welcome, my friend, welcome. Wow, it's I am looking forward to this. Brazil in the wet. Oh, what amazing! I wonder how many drivers set up for driver A's as we are opening for the formation lap. Oh my goodness, I am so happy about this. So you just, oh, it's raining, it's in Brazil, I can't believe it. It's probably the circuit if I was driving, this is the one circuit I never wanted to rain. So I'm expecting either drivers to take extra care or a few little knocks and scrapes from our drivers. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to say a smile on my face. So we've got 20 laps of this. I wonder how long this race is going to last. If anybody in the chat there can let me know if this says that it's going to dry up in the end or anything. But oh my goodness, because we don't get the information you guys get as spectators, which is unfortunate. I feel like we should have like a commentator. We have spectator and commentators, so we can have as many spectators, but commentators get like a few little extra gadgets, like extra camera angles, some little extra information. It'd be amazing if we did. Really looking forward to this. It's like Rain is like not human running preset 5. Now preset 5 means no very low downforce for you non-preset familiar drivers. So I'm actually been disqualified from the formation lap. It kind of happens. So we could be expecting him understeering quite a bit in some of these corners, but oh my goodness, it's like you can't really get this excited. And I can't get overhyped over Eva Hunter taking passing LH, but I will make it. Megan running preset 2. Yeah, this should be tasty if they get first lap. Okay, yeah, it's gonna. You are right there, Raina. This is gonna be like epic. Again, a big a big shout out again out to our sponsors who are basically paying for these drivers to race. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so Sim Racing Coin guys, look into it. If you're in other leagues, just have a little look. You might be able to get yourself known out there. But Sim Racing Coin is all out there for these kind of races, guys, as we are waiting for the lights. Core's gone for preset 2. Now I go for quite a bit of downforce because I'm very terrible around these kind of sections. There's 3, 4, 5 red lights. About and go, 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 go. Because all you see there was like, I'm not going to ignore. Take that away. Let's have a look at this first corner as we got a few drivers going in. And it looks like relatively quite clean. Anybody? I've got a couple of drivers who's gone escaping. Who's that driver? And that's I Marshall. I think I Marshall's just gone wide there to stay out of trouble, which I don't blame him. Turn 1 is absolutely terrible on most circuits. A few drivers up and down the grid got moving places. Oh, a little bit wide there from some drivers down the links descent. The drivers are trying to get used to this wet circuit with these cars. Oh my goodness! Oh, there's been a bit of contact at the back. And that's Core who's out. Tristan who's got caught up in that as well. And Kelly's. Is Kelly just basically... And we've got a virtual safety car up, but... Did Kelly just back off a lot to let these drivers through him so he didn't get himself caught in it? So... And is that Meep? Meep up an 8th. What a start for Meep. Absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously the timer screen is not the best. Reagan's managed to get the lead from non-human, so let's basically throw the position changes while the virtual safety cars are. So Reagan's gained 1 place over non-human. Drew's managed to hold off, and LH has managed to get Eva Hunter. But I know Eva drive through penalty for toxic tree. Oh my goodness, this can't be happening. Eva Hunter will aim to get that place back very quickly. Pan's holding off his position quite well. We are back racing again, and Meep has got 7th. Meep has managed to get as toxic treat goes into the pits. Can he save it straight away? I hope that's okay for him to save it. But I say his team hasn't come out, so yet he is saving his drive-through. Absolutely fantastic as Reagan there leading the field there with non-human right behind them. Now this is going to be a nice little tie battle there between these two drivers. They are very quick indeed. Andreas's evening, Gary. Evening, Andreas. Thank you for joining us. Right, non-human is one of the McLean brothers. His brother is Freedom. He drives in TTFL and with his brother. Absolutely fantastic driver. Brilliant. G-Dog's a new driver. Still need to learn a bit more about him. But thanks for joining us. He's like, Craig, Cole, let us know what happened, mate. Just tell us in your words what you think has happened. It's like, obviously I'm ignoring the time difference there, but LH is up into 3rd. Drew has lost a place to LH, and Eva Hunter is there with Drew, and I'm sure Eva Hunter will try and make the pass on Drew very quickly. Now Drew is quick, but I think his settings might not be opportune, as we've got to watch Eva Hunter closing down on Drew as Reagan makes the fastest lap of the race so far with a 130.9. Well, and a little bit oversteer there, 130.3 for LH, so LH is closing in for those top runners. Absolutely brilliant. That line that Eva Hunter took was the nicer line. He's decided to back off, make sure he doesn't get caught up with Drew, but is he going to make the move soon? Because the legacy side is actually the ideal last place to overtake before getting into the tight twisty part, or get yourself diving in before as he goes for a nice. There was absolutely fantastic. Drew did back out a little bit out of the corner there to allow Eva Hunter through. Eva Hunter, there was not much you could really done that was like, it's tough on the rain to get your car around, but I think there was a bit more, there was still some respect that they could have still fitted both cars on track, as LH has made his move past non-human. Now it does mean that non-human needs to pick up the pace a little bit, as we have a driver who's gone as, I think it's G-Dog has spun round. Yeah, G-Dog has spun round, so he's down at the back. Marshall needs to start clawing these places back as well as Toxic Treat. Curly is holding his brother up quite well. Him holding his brother up has given Toxic Treat a easy pass. Little love tap there as they got to be careful. There's three wide, near enough three wide going through into the beginning of the Duckspill. Got to be extra careful. Toxic Treats managed to get out of that quite nicely, but Marshall and Curly there had to suffer a bit. We've got Paige here left on her own a little bit there. She's only lost one place, but that's only because Meep has made a fantastic move up into the top 7. As Devil has jumped into the pits. Is that wing damage? Yes, it is. It looks like wing damage. Yeah, wing damage. Tristan out there. And Paige is coming around there the corner. I think a lot of drivers here are tender gloves right now. Kyra, evening guys. Oh, so it was avoiding an instance that Core tagged Apex and got clicked into the wall. So that's unfortunate, really. Obviously there'll be like footage from drivers to say what happened there, but Kat explains it, and hopefully it hasn't disrupted everybody else's races. Unfortunately for us, Core is no longer in the race. We've got Kyra, evening guys. Even Kyra, thank you for joining us. People who don't know Kyra, my first stint of driving F2 cars was last season with in Kyra's car. And it was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely great experience. Found Hungary, got 4th, was well made up. So yeah, so LH now right behind Reagan. We've got Evil Hunter in third. Now Evil Hunter needs to claw back this 3 seconds gap, which he is doing quite well. We've got Pans in 4th. Meep is up into 5th. Absolutely fantastic drive from Meep at the beginning here. We've got Drew in 6th. Now Drew is going to use Meep to get himself up there in contention. We've got Non-Human and Apex having a little bit of battle there. Non-Human does make the move. Absolutely brilliant, guys. Fantastic to see this clean overtaking here. Now Evil Hunter has taken a second off the time difference between himself and LH 4-4. Now it means that could Reagan be holding them up? Because Reagan's taking extra care going around some of these corners. Curly, and Curly's retired in the pits. So Curly, let us know what happened. Let us know what made you decide to retire. You are welcome to join us if you wish, Curly, because yeah, absolutely fantastic. We would be fantastic to have you in the comms box with us. So we've got G-Dog here in 18th. Devil's End. It's like, feels like Devil's going a bit tender around these corners, making sure he doesn't do that. Like anything can happen. You could be you could start at the back and get your way through like Beep has done, or you could start quite low down. A few people DNF and you're in the points. Now, God hats off to King Panda up into 9th, Puppy up into 10th. These drivers starting at the back alongside Meep and have done really well to go. Apex up 3 places. Non-Human, he's lost a few places now. I think he may have had wing damage at one point, maybe, because it's not like him to be this far down already. Now Meep has had a fantastic. It's like Evil Hunter is 1.5 seconds behind the front runners, really. And LH seems to be losing ground to Reagan. So Reagan might be, the track could be getting a little bit drier, so Reagan is up there basically opportuning from that, or maybe he is just getting more and more comfortable as Reagan's made a mistake. Reagan's lost his wing. He's made a mistake. He's cut the wall, and he's made. LH is now in first, with Evil Hunter also diving in the pit, speeding the pit lane for Reagan. Oh, come on, Reagan, you're better than this, buddy. A drive-through penalty. Drive-through penalty for Wermings. So safety car. That's why they come in a safety car, and it's speeding the pit lane for a couple of drivers. So LH staying out. All these other drivers jumping in. We got on lap 7, and LH has got the lead. Now you got Apex who's also staying out. Let's have a look at the pits, because there is a mandatory pit, but you don't have to change tyres. Details, pit stops. So LH will still need to make a stop. Apex will need to make a stop. And as Paige jumped, Paige is jumping in the pits. So we've got Wormings with his drive-through penalty. Still needs to make a stop as well. Marshall will need to make a stop as well. So they will make a jump on some of these drivers, but how long will it last? Will there be another safety car further down the line? So let's have a look. So like the order so far behind the safety car now, we've got LH, we've got Apex, and then it's Evil Hunter. Evil Hunter's made a stop. Yeah, Kaylee, you're welcome to join. I'm sure you're part of the comms box. Yeah, you're part of the comms box party, mate. So you're able to jump in, no problem. Be fantastic to have you with us. So it's gonna be quite exciting. This, I'll be honest. So Kaylee is joining us. Hello, Kaylee.
Hello. Part of it, I made it up.
Part of it, you made it up.
Part of the box, I made the box up. I made the comms box up.
Oh right, yeah, yeah. Are you echoing?
No, sorry. I turned my it's my phone.
Yeah, you're a little bit loud in my headset, but that's all right.
Hang on. What about now? How's that?
That's perfect, mate. That's absolutely spot on.
Hey,
right.
We're back, Gaz.
Yeah, back with us. Good to see you, my friend. So, what made you decide to retire in the pits?
I got a mate. I was obviously poor, medium traction, wet weather. I can't do it. I was spun. I got a red wing, and that was my race over.
Yeah, I can understand that, buddy. I think I would have done the same.
Yeah.
Ian's doing quite well. How much practice has he had?
I think he's only practiced from today because he's busy working and whatnot. He's only had some practice for today. That's it.
All right, fair enough.
So,
what's your anticipation for the race then? Who do you think's going to get the podium?
I tell you what, Meep's had a blinder of a start, isn't he?
He really has. You know, he was up in the top 10 before like the first virtual safety car came out.
Yeah, he flew past us at the back. Hang on, let me get what I need. Yeah, but he flew past us at the back. And I heard you say that he was 5th. Last I heard, he was 5th, I think you said. Well, get out your headset.
Yeah,
I see you haven't got a new one.
Mate, I keep forgetting to order. I ordered it, and then it was like it cancelled itself, and I keep forgetting to order a new one. Right, tell me if it's better.
Yeah, that's better, mate.
Right, because we've got like people in the chat saying like it's echoing.
Really? Right, okay.
No, it should be fine. It should be fine because I can't hear it on mine. I'll just turn my thing up.
I'd say I can't hear it on mine.
Alright, no worries. Let's carry on.
Hang on. I'm gonna put you on mute a minute, and then hang on. I'll just do something.
Right, so as we're going to run through because I do believe the safety car should be coming in soon, where these drivers need to be making up. Yeah.
Right. I'm hoping that's better.
It sounds a bit better.
Right, so yeah, you said for the win. I'm gonna put, but you can't. I reckon it's going down between Meep and LH. I really do.
Well, Meep's had an absolutely blinding race so far. Not too sure whether it's going to be enough for him to get past. Like, so Reagan is fantastic. Reagan got a really good start. He's not easy to pass at all. Pans has been quite consistent. Evil Hunter, the safety car is in on this lap, so LH will be backing these cars up. Eva Hunter, he's got those fresher tyres now, and he's right behind Apex and LH. LH will need to pit soon, so I wonder how Eva Hunter is going to react to this, because for me, I think Eva Hunter might be one of the ones on the podium along with Reagan and maybe LH, making 4th or 5th with Pans. So the top, basically, I'm going wide about everything, going anybody in the top. We are back racing again. Non-human has made himself get right up. He's up there.
I think Paige, sorry Gaz.
Paige has spun at the back, has she?
I think so. She's going in a moment, but there's a yellow flag. Oh, hang on, no, it's Devils.
Devils.
Cenarettes.
Yeah, that's so simple, and he handled that rotation background quite well. Well done.
Oh, sorry, hang on. You got Toxic. You got Tristan at the back as well. You got Marshall there. You got a few of them at the back in Gaz. They're trying, obviously, jostling for position. This could actually get pretty dangerous if one of them ultimately loses traction. This could might bring out another safety car.
Absolutely. Now, yeah, well, Toxic Treat had that early drive-through penalty, which is the reason why he is down in 12th. It just seems that like he's looking for that move on Tristan, but can't quite get it to happen. And Tristan's kind of like right behind Marshall. Now, Panda, who's also started the back with me, has had a great race getting himself back up there. And Meepa's dropped back down to 8th. Now, did he have a bad start, do you reckon? Safety car restart?
Oh, sorry, Toxic spun. I think he did because
Panda's out! Oh, I just caught the aftermath, and Drew was very close to that.
Yep. He's like, start finish line, Panda's hit the wall on the right hand side.
So this is a safety car now.
Yes.
The worst thing about this is that safety car's going to come out. Okay. Pick these guys up once they get round again. Now LH.
Oh, Devils is out as well.
Yeah, Devils is out. I think Devils is actually retired in the pits. By looking at his marker, he's retired in the pits. Yeah, that's kind of. He did have that spin, and it kind of brings him down. When you have a spin or two, it does kind of knock your confidence a bit, doesn't it?
We both know that.
We definitely know that. So yeah, we've got another 3 laps of drivers working out what's the best to do. Now, is LH going to pit, you reckon? We are at the halfway mark.
He should do, personally. I'm not sure how far these wet tyres can go.
Well, it works out. It's like you've got to make it. You still got to make a mandatory pit. But these wet tyres, if handled well, can get 15 to 20 laps around here.
But sorry to interrupt. You're saying mandatory pit? It don't count under safety car, does it?
No. Under safety car. Oh, it's F2, isn't it? So no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it don't count under safety car.
But I think the game doesn't cover that.
It does.
Does it?
Yes. If you pit now and they don't do another pit stop, it will disqualify them at the end of the game.
Okay, well, fair enough.
At the end of the race, so.
so basically, LH just has to wait until the safety car's gone in.
Marshall is in the pits. Yes, he is. Marshall is in the pits. But hopefully he realises that he has to pit again. I'm hoping.
Yeah. So we do have the safety car waiting just before Ferradora. I'll be honest. I don't know whether it's the game does do that really with the mandatory pits on the safety car. I know on the virtual safety car it does. But I'm not too sure about full safety car.
Sorry, apparently we've been corrected.
Well, that's I've just seen that message after I said it. I was like, because I was waiting. I went, no, but I just seen that message. So yeah,
we've been corrected. We've been corrected.
Because like when you said it, I was like, oh no, I'm sure it does count, but like it's. No. I know virtual safety because like I remember watching the F2 last season, and it was Lundgaard didn't pit under the safety car, and they were like questioning why he didn't, and it's because he got the rules mixed up. He thought you couldn't because
it can get rather confusing.
It can, yeah. So you can pit under a safety car, but you can't pit under a virtual safety car.
Safety car, yeah.
I like. To be honest, I don't like virtual safety cars anyway, but it's quite nice.
See, I thought it was the other way round. I thought you couldn't pit under safety car, but you could pit under VSC.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand both angles really. Like I was thinking, like in my head, I was like, I know you can't do it under VSC. Wasn't sure if you could do it under safety car. But thanks, also, thank you, Rainer, for clearing that up.
Yeah,
thank you very much, Matt. I will be honest. The reason why I think I had that in my head already is because I'm sure I had this conversation with a co-commentator last season. I think it was Hobo. We had the conversation about this last season when we covered the Sunday F2 racing. But anyway, while the safety car's on, you cover the Friday night racing.
Me and me. Yes.
Yeah. So how's that going?
Oh, mate, do you know what? Honestly, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Obviously, don't get me wrong. Me and you did TTFL last season. You know, absolutely enjoyed that as well. But I'm absolutely loving this as well with me. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I will be honest. I do miss doing the Friday nights because there was at the beginning of last season. They had another commentator who wasn't a being there really for them. I covered the first couple of races, and obviously I got offered the TTFL role.
Yes.
And then TTFL decided to bring their time forward, so meaning that I was starting a bit early, which means I couldn't do both. Even though I was only covering for the other commentator, and then Vader was like, "Can you do it full time?" I was like, "I'm sorry, man, I've got commitments elsewhere. Otherwise, I would have." And I miss it. I really do miss commentating on Rainer's Racing League because it is.
And also,
it's brilliant.
Yeah. Also, when in actual Rainer's League, you know, even Matt as well, they all help you. No matter what, everyone helps you.
Yeah, I was saying that at the beginning. It's a Rainer's Racing League racing community is amazing. Like personally for myself, I like recently not being myself, wasn't enjoying the races, and I've had quite a few people just dropping in a message. One person, I won't name them for embarrassment, actually messaged me quite a bit to check if I'm alright, saying don't leave, still want you to be part of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we can't praise Rainer's Racing League enough. I hold it in high regard, and it's fantastic that a racing community of this calibre, of this amazing support, is actually got a proper sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely fantastic. So,
and also the format as well. It's totally different.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm loving every single one of them's different. So you got the F2, which is just feature race only. You have Friday night, which is realistic cars, which you never see anywhere else.
No,
never see it. And then Monday, the reverse championship grid, absolutely fantastic.
And obviously Mondays and Wednesdays are preset, and Fridays is obviously custom because it's realistic.
Yes, setups. Of course. So we do have the safety car going in, but if it's realistic, you've got to have custom setups.
And custom, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic because every car's different.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, I think we're going to have to watch this restart because I think the roof's going to blow off the top if Evil Hunter manages to get LH. I'm actually on board.
LH has still got the pit though, remember? He's still got
a pit, but the thing is though, it's could Evil Hunter with those better grip tyres is
hang on, we got a Drew here trying to go round the Drew spun.
I just caught it on the edge of my thing. I'm still focusing at the front because that's where the battle is, the main battle is, as Evil Hunter is closing in and we've got non-human there as well, so these drivers are so tightly packed in. And Evil Hunter's moving in. He's backed off, and we've got a yellow flag in sector 2, But Evil Hunter had to back off there. He realised the move wasn't on, and he's backed up, but he's back in there, right up behind LH. Oh, this is going to be so. Drew spinning out, dropping down to 12. We've got all these drivers are packed up very close. So two drivers that need to pit are LH and Apex. Now,
also there's don't forget, obviously you've got penalties. As I know there's 5 laps to go still, but penalties obviously with them being closed up. Yeah, there's penalties to come into play. Obviously LH hasn't got a penalty at the moment. So if it stays like this, LH and Evil can obviously first and second, but then you've got non-human, Reagan, Apex all on penalties, but Meek behind them has no penalties at the moment.
Yeah, and Toxic Treat picks up a 3-second time penalty. Now, it is quite easy to pick up penalties around Brazil. It's so technical. And non-human looks like non-human is going to make the move on the outside of Evil Hunter into turn 1. Does he make it stick? Now, this is so close. You could see how good these two drivers are, given the space and everything to each other. A little bit of squeezing left, right, but Evil Hunter's managed to hold the place off. I think Evil Hunter moved over to break the slipstream. Non-human stayed with a little tap at the back end. Luckily, nothing came out of that, and they're still in the same order.
Gone wide. But no, Meep's moved up 1 place. Meep's up to 5th now from 6th.
Yeah, and Tristan's done well getting up into 6th as well. So these drivers are marshal with a time penalty now, 3 seconds. So penalties are going to come thick and fast. A little bit is pitting mandatory in wet conditions in F2. Under my understanding, pitting is mandatory, but you can put on the wet tyres again. That's my understanding. Obviously, we could be wrong. We were wrong about the safety car pitting. So we'll have to look into this and we'll correct our viewers next week and we'll let them know exactly what's going on. Because these hot wet tyres could do the 20 laps.
Yeah, they could. Well, obviously in F1, I think in F1 in the wet, I don't think you actually have to pit, do you? It's not mandatory.
No, it is mandatory in F1. It definitely is mandatory.
Really?
Yeah, you just can put on the same tyres. You don't. It's not a mandatory. It's not a it's not a mandatory tyre change, but it's a mandatory pit. Out. Yeah, Toxic's out. Think he might have lost it. Well, he has. He's lost it up at Cafe, between Cafe and Subadad Dos Boxes.
That's what I've missed.
Well, the corner names.
The corner names earlier on as well. The obviously the track
run out. Yeah. I'll be honest. This is one thing I love Brazil because it's all got corner names. But when you get a drive, I think I was on. Was that on with Reagan? I think it was on with Reagan, or no, it wasn't. It was one of the early drivers I was on, and they were right round the corner so quick I couldn't get the words out. Yeah, safety car again.
So this is going to be a 2-lap sprint.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 17 laps gone. It's going to go 1 lap. It's going to be a 2-lap sprint.
Okay. Reina, it's not mandatory in F1. You can run 1 set of wet tyres to the end. That's why I asked for F2 then. Obviously. See, now this is where, like, Joe, you got people like Crofty that should be shot because he's that was that. I remember him saying he needs to pit, but he can put on wet tyres again. It's like, so obviously F2 tends to follow F1 with the additional rules, so probably don't have to pit then. No, not at all then. Right, fair enough. Thank you very much, Raina.
So LH is going to go all the way on those tyres.
Yeah, but the safety car's coming out now, pulling out. You can see it's slowly trudging along over to pick up the racing line. Now, Evil Hunter has the better tyre right now.
Yeah, he does.
LH, possibly the better driver. But so, what setups have they both got?
I think, to be honest, I think preset 4, personally.
What did you go for?
I went 2.
Preset 2. Now, a few drivers have gone preset 2. Now, it's quite hard from a commentator's side to actually work it out what preset people are driving until they actually mess up. When they mess up, that's when you really you work out whether they've gone for preset 1, 2, or 4, 5.
Yeah.
If it's an oversteer, then it's usually preset 1 or 2. If it's an understeer, it's usually 4 or 5. But yeah, it's like safety car is back in, so not even half a lap with the safety car running there.
2 lap sprint. So yeah, I think this lot have gone preset 4. You know, they're good enough to use it.
I'm gonna stay on board with Eva Hunter. I've took off everything off the screen because this is where we can see whether Eva Hunter's got it in him to make LH work for the win.
I'm on, and that's drying up as well.
Yeah,
I'm on non-human.
LH has made the move.
Yeah, non-human's going side by side with people aren't there. He's going to go round the outside as well. Let's go. Having the camera. Non-human. He's gone wide, has he? Sorry, Gaz.
He had to give space. He really had to give space. And Eva Hunter again holding that line is giving him the advantage.
Yeah.
Let's bring everything back up because Eva Hunter's lost a bit of time there defending non-human into the centre S's. Now, whether or not non-human could have waited until after the centre S's to get a better traction than Eva Hunter.
Oh, accident at the back. So you got Drew, Panda. I think it's just Drew and Panda, and I think there's someone else in there, isn't there? I think it's just Drew and Panda. So yeah, sorry, Gaz.
No problem. So we've got these drivers on base with the 2 lap run out. It's all over the place with some of these drivers. Like we've got obviously LH up in first. We've got Eva Hunter second, non-human in third. Meep up into 4th. Fantastic drive from him today. Reagan's dropped down to 5th from starting on the front row. Tristan is 6th. We've got Apex up in 7th. Puppy up into 8th after spinning out and crashing in qualifying. Paige in 9th. Now Paige has had a consistent race.
Yes, she has. She does.
Pace has been consistent. Yeah, her pace has been consistent. Yeah, it's not as fast as some of the other drivers, but it's consistent. She's not made many mistakes. Obviously, everybody makes mistakes around there in Brazil as LH picks up the fastest laps. Again, we're going to jump up at the top again. Eva Hunter, again, the same time difference between himself and LH from the last lap, and he really, really needs to be pulling this off. As non-human is desperate to make that move on him.
You can see it's drying up.
Yeah. If it's drying up, then it's making it hard for these guys. It's not the right place to do it, is it? It's not really not the right place to make the overtake. But he knows he needs to make it soon, otherwise he's not going to get the chance of doing it later.
Oh, here he goes, but non-human's got a penalty as well, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. But he needs to get past Eva Hunter to open up a gap and maybe save himself from losing the podium.
Yeah, but on the last lap, though, there's not enough time.
No, not at all. And LH just could be sitting comfortably, yeah? As Eva Hunter is really, really close there between these drivers. Eva Hunter goes a bit squiggly there, and LH has got the run off him. I don't think Eva Hunter's got it in him to get. He's closing in, but not close quick enough.
I think LH has got this.
LH has got to cross the line, and there's our winner. It's so close. Eva Hunter gets fastest lap though on 1:27.4.
Oh no, I thought Reagan then, but he got a 5-second penalty.
Oh no! So LH in first, Eva Hunter second. Meep gets into third, non-human 4th, Tristan in 5th, Reagan down to 6th. We've got Poppy in 7th. We've got Apex in 8th. Paige gets into 9th. We've got Marshall. She almost got Apex. Almost got Apex.
Yeah, almost.
I Marshall in 10th.
She's gone to the softs.
True. 11th,
the softs.
I think he was like just getting out of the way really. Werming's down in 13th, and G-Dog rounded it all off. Still waiting for him to cross the line. A nice. It's unfortunate G-Dog did get caught up in a few little incidents.
Yeah.
But in general, it's been a very, very good race. Now, it's going to be. I've got who's the drivers? Meep.
They should all have invites.
Meep was one, Tristan was another, and Eva Hunter was the third driver that agreed to do a interview. So we'll try. Hopefully, we'll get them in with us. As I'll quickly run through the order in a moment. Just covering it back over again. I'm skipping the podium dancing because it's cringy. So we have got LH taking the win out there. Sort of a well-deserved win there for LH. Eva Hunter in second with the fastest lap. Meep, fantastic. And my driver of the day is Meep by far.
By far, definitely. I totally agree. Non-human
in fourth. We've got Tristan in fifth. Very good race for Tristan as well. Reagan in sixth. Puppy, another great race again for Puppy. The D-pad master. I actually tried it the other week on the F1 2020. I re-downloaded it just to do it. Apex in 8th, Page 9th, iMarshall 10th, great race for Ian there. Drew in 11th, Panda in 12th, Wormings 13th, G-Dog 14th, our non-finishers, Toxic Tree, Devil, Pans, yourself and Core. Now,
so how'd you get on with a D-pad?
Oh, terrible, man. Terrible. I'll be honest, I don't think I've done as bad as what others would have done.
Right.
Because I reverted back to my PlayStation 1 days. I actually dug out my Gran Turismo game for the PS1 just to give it a go.
Right, okay.
And obviously, the game showed me now going into the sprint race, which obviously we're not going to be taking part of.
No.
Let's have a look.
So we're going to quit.
Yeah, let's get ourselves out of this. Quit to main menu, and we'll. And we'll get into the show. So if we could get Meep in, if Meeps can hear me.
Top 3.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not top 3. It was predetermined driver. So we've got Tristan, Meep, and Eva Hunter said they would like interview. Unless if LH wants to join us, he can do. But I'm opening it to anybody up and down the grid. So you never know, Kelly. You could actually get an interview whenever you wanted. Because
mate, I'm not worthy of it.
Maybe not today. Maybe not today. But it's I've decided that we should allow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show off the driver of the day's car. I don't think any of them are joining us. So we'll just round off. So we've had a really good race today.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic performance. Well done to LH for the win. Well done.
There's
Eva Hunter's there. Eva Hunter, well done on the second place and the fastest lap, and Meep as well for third place. So while you're here, Eva Hunter, tell me, how do you feel that race went?
Crap.
Sorry, can I interrupt? Eva, can you make sure you got your thing on?
It's on.
Yeah, just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
No, well, we've got Meep there as well. That's fantastic. We're just waiting for Tristan to join us. Yeah, so you said it was terrible. So go on, tell us why was it that bad?
Again, constant safety cars. It's just becoming a joke now.
Yeah, we've seen that with safety car right at the end. Really did kind of like put like a nail in the coffin for that race, I reckon.
I'd got the pace over LH, his tyres were gone, but everyone kept throwing it in the wall, the safety car kept coming out. The bloke behind me kept trying to send it down me inside, even though it was 2 laps from the end and he had a 3-second penalty. So, at the minute, it's very much a RRL versus Hunter at the minute, because I seem to keep getting screwed.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I will be honest with you, mate. this is my first race back commentating, so I'm gonna have to hold my judgment on that for the next couple of races and see how you do. But in fairness, you had a really good race. I was hoping that you would have made that jump, because we all like to see LH get beat, don't we?
Yes. It's just so lucky with everything.
Yeah. I think he was lucky that he managed to hold you off, even though you were on better tyres.
I was quicker. It was just the fact I've got that non-human bloke trying to shove it down my inside on every corner. I couldn't do both at the same time.
No.
Yeah.
I see that the outside
lips.
Yeah, the outside manoeuvre that non-human was doing on turn 1 was risky, but the fact that both of you gave you respect to track width and all that to each other was fantastic.
Well, as much as
you can do.
I can't exactly just cut him off and put him in the wall. But
yeah,
one of them gets second week in a row in F2 because somebody messes me up.
Well, Evo, you either get second or off the podium. Take your pick.
I'd rather not race at the minute, to be honest.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that. You're a great racer, and I can't wait till next week to see you battling for the first again. But yeah, but fantastic final lap as well. You were probably the quickest driver overall on the track, so well done. I'm going to jump into our third place, Meep. Our driver of the day. What a start. Do you want to talk us through the start?
I wasn't expecting, obviously, using off traction, well, most of the assists off, I wasn't expecting to make that many positions at the start. Everyone just bogged down and went to the left, and there was literally a straight line on the right hand side. And I just went past everyone, and there was a lovely nice gap to pull into in turn 1. And then everyone just had their own issues. I think it was Core spin in front of me, and then someone else try and dodge him and spin as well. But yeah, no, it was just picking places when I could, watching for people making mistakes, and just keeping clean, really.
I was actually quite shocked at how quick you actually made, because I think you made 10 places by the time the first safety car came out.
I was P8 by the end of lap 1 coming across the line.
Absolutely fantastic.
I also raced 75% of that race with Orange Wing. I don't know how I got it. I had someone knock at my door. I went to go, well, obviously I went into AI under safety car, come back, and when I went back into the game to start driving again, it said I'd hit the safety car, and I had an Orange Wing, and King Panda had overtook me. So I don't know what had happened, whether the AI decided to let him past, but yeah, I feel like I was unfairly overtaken under safety car and given wing damage. So I couldn't, unfortunately, catch up to the guys in front. Got stuck behind non-human and Hunter while they were fighting. Otherwise I felt like I could have pulled up to the back of them. Obviously I was running preset 5, so I was relying on sector 1 and sector 3 to be my strength.
Well, so, yeah. You do know the moral of the story is, don't you? Just don't go AI.
Don't go AI, yeah.
Leave them at the door.
Leave them at the door.
Yeah.
They were banging at my door. I didn't know who it was, so I just answered anyway, so...
Just when you're racing, put a do not disturb sign on your door.
It's a good thing I did answer it, because it was my landlord wanting to check something, so it was a good thing I did answer that. So yeah, but yeah, it was a good race. It was enjoyable. There was a couple of sketchy moments, but apart from that, it was fun and enjoyable.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, I'm going to jump right across over to our race winner, LH. Alright, how was LH? How was your race for you?
It was quite good.
Just quite good.
Oh, humble.
Oh yeah, just quite good. Yeah, just quite good.
Yeah. So, sorry, guys. What percentage were your tyres on come the end of that race?
About 65%.
I was going to ask the same question. You know.
Sorry, I had to get
It's all right. Well, yeah, because I'll be honest. You've got non-human to thank for that. For that win, because I was on board with Evil Hunter every single time, and he lost like half a second each lap that non-human tried to go around the outside of him on turn 1. So
yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, He helped me. He helped me quite a little bit better than Kyle.
Yeah, so you need to go and get Mr. McClay a whiskey. But I think he's underage, so. No, but like it's an absolutely fair race for yourself. Safety car saved you. Non-human saved you. Well. You were lucky, really, pretty much. I've got to say. Just
the rain definitely did. The rain definitely helped me. I don't think I would have won that in the dry.
No, I can agree with you on that. I think in the dry you would have been, because your qualifying wasn't the best.
Yeah, but I think some people were running different setups, weren't they, because of the rain and that.
Yeah, it's just like I think some people didn't even pay attention that it was raining and put a really good setup and done quite good times, and then others were conservative with it because of the rain. So yeah, it was a mixed bag. I'll be honest, I got excited when it was raining, so I quite like it. I've not got many more questions for you, LH, because I just think you're so lucky. You're just.
I can't help it if it's raining.
Do you know what, I'll tell you what, Kelly. He reminds me, right, of Mr. Smug without being smug. Do you know, that's who he reminds me. Yeah.
Why is that thing? Why can you do a whole lap on wet tyres? Like, why is there not a stop for wets? Like, I don't understand that entirely. Like, I don't agree with that. Obviously, it's the rules, but I don't agree with that. I don't know if you do it well. You're probably going to say the opposite because obviously it's got you to win. But
I don't.
A lot of us were like,
I don't know.
A lot of us were saying, "Oh, LH has got a pit, so he's going to drop down. Why is he not pitted yet?" And then it suddenly dawned upon us as you crossed the line on the penultimate lap, you weren't getting disqualified.
Yeah, I knew you didn't. I knew before the race that you didn't have to pit before. In the wet.
We had that discussion.
To us all.
Yeah, we had that discussion, and luckily Rainer was there to make sure.
Yes.
Obviously, Rainer is like when it comes down to like the safety car, he was kind of on the ball for that kind of stuff. So he knew the safety car rules, which is good. Kind of like corrected us. So yeah. Just one lucky fucker. Sorry for the language, but you are.
But he does remind me of. Yeah,
he does remind me of Mr. Smug.
He can do no wrong.
But like, guys, thank you very much for a very entertaining race. Congratulations to everybody who finished the race, I've got to say, because it was difficult. Some great consistent racing from drivers such as Ian done quite well, he was quite consistent. Paige done well down, getting 9th. Drivers making bounds up there. Puppy, fantastic race there, getting from the back all the way up into I think it was 8th he finished. So top performance there, guys. So first of all, got to say thanks for everybody for joining and viewing, dropping the messages. It's probably the busiest I've seen my chat in a while. So thank you, guys. Thanks for the podium sitters for joining us in the interviews. Unfortunately, Tristan didn't join us, even though he said he would. Guys, look forward to next week. Do we know what race it is next week?
One LH will get lucky and win it again.
Let me give you one chance. This is gonna end well.
Guys, also just quickly, can I just say you can catch me and Meep on Friday night for Rainers Racing League, which is a realistic decision.
I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this plugging. I don't agree with this. I'm not involved in this. Just
right,
so
hold it. I was gonna say.
Silverstone.
Yeah, so basically, like the next race is Great Britain at Silverstone, so fantastic. So everybody will probably enjoy that. So yeah, you got Friday night racing with Meep and Curly. Join them on either Meep's or Curly's Twitch. Also, should be streaming on the Facebook channel as well. So if you haven't already, get yourself on Racing League's Facebook page. You'll also catch Monday Night Reverse on Monday with Rainer. Probably one of the best formats I've ever seen. And watch LH dominate in every single race because he's one lucky get. But we'll round it off there. We'll round it off there before Eva Hunter. Yeah, we'll round it off there before Eva Hunter commits murder. Guys, thanks again, guys, for joining me. Until next week, guys. Good night.